everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, hello, my name is Choua, and today I thought it would be really beneficial and also fun to do a makeup inventory because honestly lately I have been wanting to just splurge again and go out and buy more beauty stuff, and I know that I have more than enough here, so I thought that it would be smart of me to do a makeup inventory where I can keep track of all the things I have in my collection and just see where what areas I have enough of and what areas I can give myself permission to purchase or restock. And so when I say collection, I mean all the things that I have readily opened and I'm able to use whenever I want. And then my stash, that is bins of unopened products that are sitting in their spots waiting for me to open up and use. So those are untouched products. So I just want to clarify that in this video so it doesn't get too confusing. And so let's just get right into it. I know this video might be a little long. I don't have a face of makeup on right now because as I go through each category, I'm going to pick the most neglected products that I have not used for a hot minute, and then I will do a full face of neglected makeup for my next video. So if you want to see that look, stay tuned and I'll watch it next. But other than that, let's get right into it. So the way I want to do this makeup inventory is I just want to go based on the steps of my makeup routine and also the categories within those like makeup products and whatnot. So creams, powders. So let's just get straight into it. And as I go through each category, I am going to insert a photo of each category with the stuff that I have. But I'm also going to be talking about them in my hands because all my makeup is in front of me. And that just helps me kind of really dive deep in which products are most used and which ones are unused and whatnot. I just want to let y'all know, like full disclosure, that 95, maybe 98% of all the makeup that I have, they are from makeup subscriptions. So I have BoxyCharm as my makeup subscription right now, and I have had BoxyCharm for about 8 years now. So a lot of the makeup that I have collected is through them. That's just because as a high anxiety person who can be swayed and very indecisive, it's really hard for me to go to a makeup store and just purchase things that are just available to me. So BoxyCharm helping me limit my choices and helping me discover new brands, new formulas, all the new products that I don't usually use. That has helped me alleviate some stress and anxiety with makeup so I could just enjoy playing with makeup instead of having to shop and having purchase regrets later down the road. And when I do BoxyCharm and I find products that I really like, whether it's makeup, skin, or hair care, I will purchase them again in the future if I really liked it, just so that I know that I'm getting my money's worth. I am a working person, obviously, so I do not want to splurge too much on makeup, especially since I am trying to be more financially conscious of everything that is going on in my life. So having a makeup subscription satisfies the makeup urges and also makes me feel like I treat myself every month to something that is really my passion and my hobby, which is makeup and skincare. So that is a really long intro. Let's just get right into it. This might be a long video, so go grab something to drink, eat, and let's just dive right into it. So to start off, obviously we are going with primers because that is the first step. And I have two moisturizing primers here. Nope, these are the wrong ones. I have two moisturizing primers here. These are in my project pan of this year. If you have not seen that video, these are in there. And I'm doing pretty well with them. Two moisturizing ones are fine with me. And then the Benefit Professional and the Velvet Finish Face Primer. These two are my pore filling primers. And this e.l.f. one is the newest one in the collection because I purchased this one for the cheer makeup video that I posted a couple weeks ago. So this is the newest one, but this is the most neglected primer out of this whole category. So I will be putting this into the bin of neglected makeup. I have only 3 liquid foundations, and I have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, L'Oreal Infallible, Infallible, and then the Maybelline Fit Me. So this next one is in my project pan, and this one is probably the lightest one out of all of these foundations. This L'Oreal one is probably the most neglected one. The shade is a little off for me, so I tend to kind of have to combine this with something else or like really brighten up the face because it's just a little off on me. It's a little bit too warm, but I like the formula. And then this Maybelline Fit Me foundation I purchased for my cheer makeup video, and I am falling back in love with this foundation. So I have 3 foundations right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the L'Oreal Infallible foundation into the neglected pile, and then these I will just put back into my collection. All right, and so sticking with foundation, I have like other like, not foundations, but base, I guess you could say, products. So I have one BB cream. This is in light medium, so it is a little bit light on me, so I do have to bronze the face a lot when I wear this, but I'm loving this a lot actually. And then also this is the tinted moisturizer that is in my project pan. Love this a lot, as you can tell. And then I have a powder foundation. This is my ColourPop Pretty Fresh pressed powder. This I consider as a foundation because, I mean, technically it is, even though I use it mainly on lighter makeup days and I use it as a setting powder really, and just to give more coverage around the face, but I'm still gonna count this as a foundation because I can use this as a foundation alone if I really wanted to. So I'm gonna throw in the BB cream into the neglected pile too, in case I need to brighten up the face a little bit with my foundation, just so I can have it there. If I don't use it in the video, that is perfectly fine. Moving on to concealer, I only have 3 concealers. I have my Maybelline Instant Rewind, NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and Maybelline Fit Me. This is the newest addition to my collection because of the cheer makeup video. I purchased it for that reason. And then this next one is in my project pan. So I have 3 of them. I'm still playing around with them a lot. This one's the most used, but also the most neglected recently because I've been playing around with the Maybelline Instant Rewind and the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop one a lot. So I am going to throw in the Maybelline one into the neglected pile. And the LA Girl Pro Sculpt Concealer Palette. This one is the only concealer palette that I have, and although I do use some of these shades for bronzing and contouring, I'm gonna consider this a concealer because that's the formulation. So I only have 1 palette, which I think is more than enough to play around with. Okay, so with setting powders, I have 2 loose powder. I have the Dominique one in translucent, and then I have the e.l.f. HD powder. I purchased this for my cheer makeup video. So I've only been using this only a couple of times because I've been trying to use up this Dominique one a lot. And this is my current powder that I use on an everyday basis. And this one I use whenever I feel like I need a little bit more powder, but I don't want to go in with my Dominique. So I have 2 setting powders right now. And then I have my NARS pressed powder. This is my only pressed translucent powder. I purchased this in my TJ Maxx haul that I'm trying to play around with a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the NARS pressed powder and then also the e.l.f. HD powder into the neglected powder. Okay, so that is all for the base products. Now moving on to probably one of my favorite categories, which is blush, bronzer, and highlighters. All right, so for blush, I have 2 blush sticks, and then liquid sticks. I have this Ciate or Ciate. Ciate. I think I'm just gonna say Ciate. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. I will correct myself in future videos. But Ciat Dewy Blush, this one is in my Project Pan, and then the other liquid blush is Juvia's Place. This is the newest edition. I purchased this early February because it was on clearance, and I've always wanted to try more Juvia's Place products, so I purchased that. And then I have a lot of face palettes, so I'm also going to be counting every single blush and every single contour or bronzer or highlight as its own product for that category as well. So I have a cream blush in this Natasha Denona Cheek Duo, so I'm counting that as a cream blush as well. So total, I have 5 cream liquid blushes in my collection. And out of all the blushes, I feel like the Juvia's Place is the most neglected one, so I'm going to throw that into the neglected pile. Yeah, so funny enough, I don't have a cream or liquid bronzer, which is crazy to me. I do use my LA Girl concealer palette to bronze and sculpt the face, but creams and liquids specifically as bronzers, I don't have them. So that is surprising to me because I thought I would have something, at least one, but I don't. So that is good to know. This is why we're doing this makeup inventory. So for liquid highlighter, I only have 4 products in this category. I have my Grand Glow Plumping Liquid Highlighter. This one is in my Project Pan. Been loving this a lot. Been using it up every single day. And so and the Ciat highlighter, Dewy highlighter, is also in the Project Pan as well. And then these two, I feel like with the iconic illuminator drops, I use this a lot in the spring and summertime to give me more of a glow in the summer. So I don't think I purposely neglected this. I think it's more of just seasonal changes that made me just kind of stash this away. But for this Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand, however, I have had this in my collection forever to try out, but I just keep forgetting about it. And then when we moved into this apartment, I put it in one of my bags, and I finally just found it last weekend, and then I started playing around with this a little bit more. So I'm going to be putting this Shape Tape Glow Wand into the pile to use, and this one back into the collection. Okay, so moving on to powder blushes, definitely have a lot more in this category than the creams or liquids, and I have 15 powder blushes. Now with blushes, I only have 2 singles. This Tarte one is in my Project Pan, so I've been playing around with this a lot. And then the other single blush I have is the Ciat Marbled Light in Dusk. This is a really gorgeous blush too, but I've just been storing it away because I mainly use this shade for spring and summertime. And then with just blush palettes, I have 3. I have this Juvia's Place blush here, and then I also have this e.l.f. blush palette that I purchased for my cheer video. So I have, this is the newest edition, and then the Alamar Cosmetics. This one was my go-to for the longest time before my Project Pan started. So these are my like exclusive cheer palette, these are my exclusive blush palettes. And then in all of the other palettes that I have, I counted these as well as these other like trio face palettes where it has both a blush, highlighter, and bronzer. I counted all of the blushes. So yeah, they're very beautiful. I love them all. But let's see, which one is the most neglected? Oh, this blush right here is in my Project Pan, and I've been playing around with this quite a lot, and I'm loving it. Like, I'm seriously loving every single moment when I reach into this palette. So let's see, which one is the most neglected blush? I would say, okay, I would probably say this new e.l.f. palette here, because after that cheer makeup video, I kind of just put it away in my collection and I haven't touched it since. So let's put that in. And then moving on to bronzer, I have only 3 single bronzers. So I have this e.l.f. one, which is in my Project Pan. Been loving this one a lot. I'm playing with it a lot. So And then I have one with Ciat. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But this bronzer, I have used it a couple of times in the summer, and then I stole this one away. And then also the Shades by Sean, this bronzer, I feel like it's a little too yellowy, too warm, too mustardy on me. But so that's the only reason why I haven't been really touching this. So those are my singles. And then with bronzer palettes, I only have 2 exclusive bronzer palettes. This is the e.l.f. one that I purchased for the cheer video. And then I have the Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise. Love this palette so much. I love the different shades. I actually use this as eyeshadow sometimes too when I need a really good bronzy brown, but I don't have it in any of my eyeshadow palettes that I'm currently playing with. So out of all of the bronzers, this one too, besides the highlighter, this is the Oprah one. These are also really nice bronzers here. And then probably my most played one is with this one, the Wonder Beauty one in my Project Pan. So let's see. This is the medium one, the Face It medium one. I am going to put this one into the pile because I have not reached for this for quite a while, probably in like 8 months. So besides the highlighter. So I'm going to put that in there. And then for powder highlighters, I have 10. I have 2 singles here. And this one is Give Me Lala. This is the newest one in my highlighter collection. I opened this up as like a new highlighter that I want to try out before we moved into this apartment. And then the Aesthetica, this is probably my oldest highlighter. This is a pinky purple one. I don't use this one too often. I only use it when I want a very colorful, dramatic highlight because it's pink and purple. So maybe I could use this one a little bit more as an inner corner. For this palette, I use this like all the time, but I counted every single shade as its own highlight. This is my only exclusive highlight palette in my collection. All the other ones are in trios and other palettes, and then the other highlight that I have is the Natasha Denona one. So let's see, I think out of all the highlights that are probably the most neglected is probably the Aesthetica one here. So I'm going to put that in the neglected one. The Real Hair Ultimate Glow Getter, this highlighter in here, is probably the most neglected highlighter too. So I'm going to throw this one in just in case I need another highlight. So those are all of the powder, blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. So now we'll move on to eye products. We're gonna start with eyebrows. I have, let's see, 5 eyebrow products that I use to fill in my brows. This is the Archers and Halo. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm counting each shade as its own eyebrow thing because sometimes I only go in with one shade. So this is a duo, and then this one is kind of like a whole setup where it has a brow gel and everything in it. And there's a black and brown one. This concealer I don't really use, so I don't know what to count this as. So we'll have to repurpose it for somehow. Those are my powder eyebrow products, and then the only like other formula is my Dip Brow by Anastasia. So I've been loving that one too. And then I only have 2 brow gels. This is the V Cosmetic one. This is the one that I use every single day. And then this is the one with the that comes in with this that I took out, so I don't miss it. And this is the brown gel, the brown brow gel. Not gonna lie, this, I don't really like the applicator on this because it's just so thick and big that for my brows I like a smaller wand so I can get really nice precise brushes. But these are my only 2 brow gels that I have for my eyebrows. So I think I'm gonna throw in this brow gel here into the pile. And then I think my most neglected one is probably the is probably these shades here for eyebrows. So I'm gonna throw this one in and we'll create a look with these. And then moving on to eyeliners. For liquid, I have 3, and then gel pencils, I have 5. So the 3 liquid pencils that I have right here, this e.l.f. one I purchased for the cheer makeup, and then the Kat Von D ink liner. This is my go-to eyeliner. I have purchased so many of this, but I have been using other products as eyeliner, so I haven't been really touching or haven't really been reaching for this one a whole lot, but still love it so much. I even have a backup for it. And then this Cab felt tip eyeliner, probably my most neglected liquid liner because I just don't really like the formula. The longevity is just really bad, and yeah, it's not my favorite, but I'm keeping it in my collection so I can keep using it. And then for pencil, we have 3 black liners. This one is in my project pan, so I have been using that one a lot. This Pixie one I purchased for my cheer video, so that's the newest addition. And then this Sweet and Shimmer black eyeliner, I got this as a gift, and honestly I haven't really been touching this one. And then this is my only black liner that I have in my collection that I'm using right now. This is also in my project pan. And then this Farah gel liner, this is a purple one, love this. And then this NYX jumbo one, this is an eye pencil, so I counted this as a liner, oops, wrong end, as a liner as well. So this is my only white liner really that I have. So out of all of these liners, the probably most neglected one is probably this one, the Sweet and Shimmer liner here that I have. So I'm gonna throw that one in and the rest back into the collection. So eye primers, I don't really use a whole lot of eye primer. I usually prime my eyes with concealer because I have veiny lids. So I like to cover it up with some concealer. And so the only primer that I have for the eyes is this NYX glitter primer. And I usually only use this for shimmers that I want to really stay on the eyes and not move and crease. And that's the only time I use this primer. Okay, so moving on to mascara, I only have 4. I have 1 tubing and 3 regular liquid ones. This e.l.f. Lash Extender Tubing Mascara is probably by far one of the best tubing mascaras out there in the drugstore. So I'm so glad that I found this. I purchased this year, probably have been using it for about a month now, and I really love this one. And this is my only brown mascara in my collection. I use this when I want more of a muted, toned down eye look. And then Iconic one, this is my current black mascara that I am using a lot these days. I really like that one. And then this L'Oreal Voluminous waterproof one. This one is the one that I purchased for the cheer makeup one. So after I used this one for that video, I just put it into my collection and I haven't touched this one since. So I am going to put this one into the pile. And moving on to the eyeshadow category, I am going in with my singles, one and dones, pencils and sticks first. So I have, let's see, so I have 6 single like products for the eyes, and the cream or liquid ones I have 5 of them, and then 1 like loose pigment. So this Naked Cosmetics one, this one is in my project pan. This is my only loose pigment that I have in my collection, so I've been trying to use that up a lot. And then the other ones that I have are the About Face eyeshadows. These are the mini ones, and I bought these Ulta on clearance, and I'm actually loving these a lot. Oh my gosh, it's not a true video if I don't drop anything, you know. Okay, moving on, I have my this cream eyeshadow. I've only used this once, and then this Lovecraft Beauty, I've used this a couple of times since I've had it in my collection. But this one, I can't use it alone because it just moves around. It just moves around on the lid a little too much. So when I do use this, I have to use other products with it. And then one and done, I have only one here, and this is the Wonder Beauty eyeshadow duo in double date. So it comes with a cream on one side and then a shimmer on the other, and I've only used this probably a couple of times too because it's a duo. So whenever I'm feeling like very simple eyeshadow looks, then I'll go in with this one. Eyeshadow pencils, I have one. I thought I had another one, but I guess I don't. So I only have one, and this one is by Laura Mercier, and this one is my first eye pencil, like eyeshadow stick that I've been using and trying to play with. So that's the only one. I think out of this category, the most neglected one is probably the Wonder Beauty or the YC collection one. But I don't know, should I throw one in to the pile? I will, let's see, I will throw this one into the pile because if we're going to be really honest about this, I probably have only touched this one time. This one I at least went in for a couple of times. So let's throw that one into the pile. And then we will be moving on to eyeshadow palettes. So give me a moment while I go get all of them. I'm going to move really quick because I mean, I feel like this category we probably already assumed, but this is my biggest collection in my makeup. This is the biggest category in my makeup collection, I should say. I have 36 eyeshadow palettes that are in my collection right now that are opened, and I have used them at least once, or twice, or swatched, or whatever in my collection. So we're gonna move with the biggest palettes first, and then to the smallest ones. So the biggest palettes that I have are the Jekyll and Hill and Morphe palettes. I have both of them in 1 and 2. These I bought with my own money, and then I also bought the Jekyll and Hill Morphe The Vault collection, and there's 4 palettes in here. I did go out and purchase those, and honestly I really like the color story, so they have been really good. And then moving on to other palettes that are a little bit bigger. Sometimes I don't want to travel with these because if it doesn't fit in my luggage, like, it's a pain in the butt. And also the pan size is really big too, and there's just not a whole lot of color unless I'm feeling that vibe for the entire trip or whatever. But the other bigger palettes I would say that I have are the Juvia's Place and Gilliam Lala. When I say bigger for these, I mean like the size of the palettes itself, not the size of the pan. But these pans are so big. Like, look at how big these pan sizes are. But they're not too bad. I really like these for sure too. I purchased this one for dance when I was still a part of dance, and we use this eyeshadow palette a lot for all of our eye looks for our routines. This is also my first Juvia's Place palette that I have purchased. So moving on to the next like pile of eyeshadows in front of me, we have these random ones, Beauty Creations, we have Dominique Cosmetics, Crown. I have a lot of miscellaneous palettes that I got from BoxyCharm, which is great because I can kind of tell like which palettes have really good color story, which ones have really good formula. This Makeup Revolution palette I got as a gift. I mainly use this one for Korean or Chinese looks because I feel like the shades in here are just a little bit more to like their shades of makeup overseas. So that's what I use it for. And then I have some long bodied like palettes. I have Natasha Denona. I can't say her name. Natasha Denona. I have these. This is the Dose of Color one. 3 of them from BoxyCharm. Honestly, if I did not get these in my BoxyCharm, I probably wouldn't purchase them because they're so pricey. And you know, there's some really good drugstore eyeshadows out there, so I probably wouldn't spend my money on this. But because of BoxyCharm, I was able to try these out, and they're actually really nice. I really enjoyed them. But it's just that, you know, I can't just travel with one of these alone because what if I don't feel like doing all pink or, you know, all neutral. So that's about it for those. And then I have some, I guess, collections that I did get through BoxyCharm, but these are the brands that I really love because I really enjoy the color story and the formula so much that I get really excited when they are put into my BoxyCharm. And the first one is Ace Beauty, and I have 4 of their palettes here. It is so beautiful. And I think, so this one is their Falling For You palette. And look at that, it's just so pretty. I love the colors. It's very vibrant, so honestly I can do very dramatic looks with these. I can do very Asian inspired styled kind of makeup with these shades. And so they're very versatile. I've traveled with these before and they honestly are just so good. So I absolutely love this brand and the formulation with their eyeshadows. Another brand that I really love their formulations and their color story is Violet Faz. I have 5 of their palettes. This is their Sakura palette. This is the one of the biggest palettes from them, I think. But it's so pretty. This is the palette that I have. This is the palette in my collection that really motivated me and empowered me to like just do more pink looks, because when I first started makeup, I honestly did not like pink and I didn't want to try pink makeup. But then for some reason I started to gear towards more pink nowadays. So I'm really glad I got that in my BoxyCharm because it's my go-to pink palette. And then of course there's like the usual like more mauve natural neutral looking ones, purples. Like I love those shades. There's also this one that's more for summertime. I love these shades. And the first one I got from them was the Essentials one. This is the Violet Faz Essentials, and this color story is so good. Honestly, if I just kept playing with this palette for a year, I probably would be able to hit pan because I really love the shades in here and the formula. I really like them. So enough raving about those. We're gonna move on to the mini eyeshadow palettes now. Now I say mini because these are smaller, but they're not that small, honestly. Like this one has 9 shades in it, but it's a small compact one. Really love this one. I've played around with it for a little bit. This one is in my project pan. This is the Phase 01. And I really love the natural color story for this. It's a very good everyday palette to reach for. This one is Dominique Cosmetics. I honestly only played with 2 of these shades, but very minimal. So this is probably one of my most neglected palettes out there. This is probably one of my most colorful palettes I have. And then this one, I guess this one was like I bought and also was decluttered to me because I bought one of my sisters a lot of the colorful like palettes that were like a collection, and hers came with 2 purple, so she gave me one of the purples to keep. And then yeah, oh, also I think these might be my oldest palettes that I have that I didn't declutter during my move. And these are the Tarte palettes. They're so beautiful and they smell so good as well. They smell like vanilla frosting and I love it so much. So I love this, like this palette. I used it so much for like Asian makeup looks because I think the shimmers in here are just so appropriate for it. But yeah, those are all of my palettes. Now let's pick the ones that are the most neglected. I would say, I can't pick too many because there are a few of these that I haven't really touched that much. So I would say the most neglected ones are probably these 3 right here. So I think I'm going to put these 3 in just in case like I do a look that I need like other shades for it, and I don't have it. I don't want to reach into my collection. I want to just be able to use the ones that I have neglected. So I'm going to put 3 eyeshadow palettes into my neglected makeup bin. Moving on, we're gonna do lashes and lash glue. I don't have too much, so I'm just gonna pull them out really quick. Counting the pairs, I have, what, 10 pairs of eyelashes, because I'm counting every pair, even in this one pair each. So these are my lashes. I don't really wear lashes. I'm not too comfortable putting them on, so that's why. And I have 1 magnetic lash. This one is my go-to when I want to wear lashes, because when I'm done wearing lashes, I want to just take it off, put it away, and still be able to have like my makeup on. So I usually reach for this one a lot. And then with lash glue, I have a magnetic eyeliner to go with my Kiss magnetic lashes, so I consider this a lash glue because I only use this when I use my magnetic lashes. And then this is the Kiss Lash Couture in black, and I use this with the regular falsies. So those are the only lashes and lash glue in my collection, which is I'm perfectly fine with because I'm not a big lash wearer. Okay, so we are in the last category, which is kind of lips and whatnot, but we are going to kind of sort of breeze through these. Starting off, I'm gonna go with lip balms, and I have 5 of them. And so this Beauty Creations one I purchased recently, and I've been using this a lot on top of lip liner. These Luna Magic ones I got in BoxyCharm, and these were my most used in 2023 and 2024. Like the first half, and then I kind of stopped using these because I started just using my Vaseline gel for my lips, and then I kind of just moved on with other lip products and whatnot. So, and then these e.l.f. ones, one was gifted to me during Christmas, and then one was decluttered to me because my other sister, she doesn't really wear lip balms like these. And so she gave hers to me, which is fine because I really like these. I enjoy these. These are so small. You can keep them in your purse, keep them on the nightstand and everything. So I really like them. I keep one in my purse and then one like in my work area. So love that. And then lip gloss, I only have 1 lip gloss or lip oil, and this is the Cab one. This one is in my project pan, and I surprisingly thought I had more lip glosses, but I guess I decluttered them because this is my only one. And then for lip liners, I have 6 lip liners. I have 6 lip liners, and this one, the Dirty Little Secrets one, I think it broke in half, and then the first half it was like really gunky and just really dusty, and everything had like hair and everything on it. So I tossed that one, but I kept the bottom one and I just sharpened it to make it look brand new. So, and I have been using this since. I'm not gonna choose a neglected lip balm because I have lip balm on right now already, so I'm not going to choose them. But if I were to choose one, I probably would choose the Luna Magic Mango one because this is my least used one. I think it's just because I prefer the cherry one, and then I just like these other formulas a little bit better. So I would put this one in if I was going to use a lip balm. Okay, and then for lip liner, honestly, I don't really have a neglected lip liner because I do use these a lot. Whenever I want more of a browner, natural looking lip, I use these. And then when I have more pinky looks, then I will use more of the pinker toned ones. So what I'm not sure, we will throw in this one. This is Basic Beauty in Latte. I would throw this one in if I wanted a brown lip, and then I will throw this pink one, Dirty Little Secret, into the neglected pile if I choose to have a pink lip. So for lipsticks, I have a lot as well. I have 26 regular lipsticks and 5 liquid lips. So these are the only liquid lips I have. These are the half-baked ones that are in my project pan. And then I have a random one from V Cosmetics and then Huda Beauty. So I kept a red and a pink, and then these to really pan. I have 18 ColourPop lippy sticks that I'm counting as lipsticks because that's how I use them. And everything else is miscellaneous. The ones that I did purchase on my own are these About Face lip butters. They are glossy and everything, but there also has some pigment to it. I haven't been playing with these as often as I would hope because these are my most recent purchases. And they're just, I don't know. I like the smell of them. I just don't really like the taste of them. So that's why I haven't been using them a whole lot. And then my Persona E-Balm, I also counted this as a lipstick because that's kind of like how I've been using it. All right, and the last thing that I'm going to cover, which is not the most exciting, but it's the last thing, and it is the setting spray. I only have one. This is my Milani Make It Last original setting spray. This is my favorite go-to drugstore setting spray. I just wish that they made the bottle a little bit bigger for the price, not gonna lie, because I feel like I go through this so fast every time I purchase it. And so whenever I have setting sprays in my stash from BoxyCharm, I tend to use those first, and then when I don't have any more, I would go out and buy my own setting spray because sometimes these setting sprays, they're a big disappointment and I feel like I'm just spraying water on my face. So that is my opinion on that. Yeah, so aside from all of that, let's do a little bit of shopping our stash. So before we do the stash, I forgot to pick out the lips. I have decided to choose the V Cosmetics in Bubbly as a liquid lip, and then I chose 4 ColourPop lippy sticks because my lippy sticks, not gonna lie, although I have a lot of them, you would think I've been using them, but I haven't. So I chose 4 of them in At Twilight, Songbird, Cami, and Parker, so that these are put into my neglected bin for my makeup look. Okay, now to the fun part, is shopping my stash. So this gray bin here, this is everything that comes from BoxyCharm. So once I get my BoxyCharm every month, I would separate my skincare and my makeup, and I would put my makeup in here. So this is my untouched, unopened makeup from BoxyCharm. As you can tell, there's also some like makeup brushes and stuff in here. Now in this shoebox, these are new products too that I have added to my collection, but I never opened, I never touched and everything. So this is gonna be my first dip bin here, and then my gray bin is gonna be my secondary dip, where if I don't see anything in here, I will grab something in there, just because these are already put into my collection and I was planning on using them, but I just never got to them. So let's see. For setting powders, I know I have the e.l.f. one and the Dominique Cosmetics one, but I also feel like I want to go in with another powder. So I'm gonna go in with the Bare Minerals one. This is their Mineral Veil and Original Translucent. I'm choosing this one. Where? I'm gonna choose this one because there's also another one in the gray bin. So I guess I have 2 of them now. So, and I haven't used this formula yet. So I'm going to put this one in my stash or in my collection. And then I also need another lip gloss because I only have one. So I am going to choose this Buxom Plump Shot Sheer Tint lip serum. So I'm going to choose this as well. Let's see, what else shall I choose? So sometimes shopping in the clearance, I get a little bit blinded and I forget some of these products are like a different shade than I am. And I just look at the price and I'm like, oh, that's cool, I've never tried it before. And I grab it and I'm like, oh shoot, I totally forgot. And one of the things is Juvia's Place. This is their eye primer in shade 3. It is a brown. So I was like, oh my gosh, no, like I picked the wrong shade. And I was like, I should probably just give this to one of my friends that are, you know, darker skinned than I am. But then again, I swatched it a little bit and I really like it. I really like the formula, and I thought that this would be a really good eye primer for the brown looks that I want to explore with this year. So I'm gonna add that into my collection as an eye primer. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this one out. This one is the Korinko. This is a Korean mascara. This one is in Choco Brown. I don't know if you can see that. This one is from TJ Maxx. This one was in my TJ Maxx haul, so I'm gonna take this one out because I only have one brown mascara, and let's just add one more brown mascara to the collection. And then I have a lot of face palettes in here, which I don't need, so I'm not gonna dip into that. I think that might be it for this one. And now let's go in with this one. Okay, so I do need a setting spray. See, I have another Bare Minerals one here. Let's do, okay, so this is probably my oldest. This one is probably the oldest setting spray I have in here because the other one just came in this month. So I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix setting spray. So I'm gonna add this to my collection so that way I can test this one out, and if I don't like this one then I can go back to my Milani one. So that, I think that might be it, unless there's a cream bronzer in here, which I don't know if I have any. Mascara, I don't need any more mascaras right now. I did find a lip gloss, so let's see, what is this? Pink Lips Glass Lip Gloss in a Glow and Star. So pretty, and there's two of them here too, so I'm definitely gonna add that to my gloss collection just so that I don't get bored of my Cab lip oil. So let's just quickly go over some of the things that we're gonna add to the collection. We're doing the Makeup Forever setting spray. We're doing Pink Lips lip gloss that comes in 2 shades. We are doing, oh, I guess we're doing this one too since it's on the table. We are doing the what is this? The Kohlfi? I don't know. Kohlfi. This is a concealer. So I guess I'll throw this in here too, just so I have more concealers to kind of play with. And then let's see, Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil Setting Powder. We also have the Juvia's Place Eye Primer, Brown Mascara from Korinko, and then the Buxom Lip Serum. Oof, okay, so we are done. We finally went through all of the makeup that I have and did a little bit of shopping, so I'm glad that I got that out of the way. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this, please hit the subscribe button, like, and comment what you would like to see next, and I will see you in the next one, which will be when I put on the full face and everything. So bye.